It's been a really, really, really hard week, and the hardest part, obviously, has been seeing colleagues, partners, colleagues, friends, people we knew killed in the World Central Kitchen killing. Very, very hard. We worked every day with them. And the World Central Kitchen killing, for the first time, our staff in Gaza said, we have to pause. We can't keep going. And I think part of it was the shock of losing colleagues and friends. And of course, it was also how can we operate if no one is safe? And they've never been safe these past 6 months fully. We had bullets come through the windows of a shelter that they had previously felt relatively safe in. We, of course, had the killing of Mousa Shawwa and his son, who died 10 days later from injuries. And we've had at least 3 of our staff have had near misses as they're out and about delivering their aid. And I think a lot of international NGOs, including World Central Kitchen, have more than one incident, more than one story. And most of the time, it is indeed very difficult to determine whether there was any targeting or it was just wrong place at the wrong time. But there are far too many of those. There shouldn't be so much hesitation in asking for an independent investigation. I would imagine that all of the countries whose nationals were killed in this attack would demand independent investigations. And I think for the US, at least, that should include an investigation of were the weapons that killed these humanitarian aid workers US weapons? And there was a US national killed. Was a US national humanitarian aid worker killed by a US weapon? I would think that Americans would want to know that. Now they're already, feeling the need to get back to work, but I think we also do need some kind of assurances, beginning with what did happen in the case of the bombing that killed Mousa. So that's one thing. I think we're all interested in the investigation. Hopefully there'll be an independent investigation of the World Central Kitchen staff's killings. But also deconfliction process isn't working. And how do we get some assurance? And I know that President Biden is talking with Prime Minister Netanyahu today and demanding a better deconfliction mechanism. They were serving meals in Israel after October 7th, and they work well with everyone. And I keep thinking, imagine if when they were serving meals in Israel, Hamas had attacked a World Central Kitchen convoy and killed their workers. Imagine what the world would say and what the world would do. There would be huge military retaliation. That's not going to happen in this case, but there would also be a redoubling of effort to ensure that Hamas doesn't get the weapons that allow them to kill humanitarian aid workers. And so I think we have to ask the same question. Is this okay that the world is supplying weapons to an army that is killing far too many humanitarian aid workers?